Welcome to the Doctor of Philosophy hooding and graduation ceremony. Would all candidates and guests please rise as you are able for the procession of the platform party, led by the Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, David Madigan.
Please be seated. It is now my pleasure to introduce Northeastern's Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, David Madigan.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Matthews Arena. Faculty, graduates, alumni, and distinguished guests, welcome to historic Matthews Arena and to Northeastern University's 121st commencement. Graduates, your journey to this day has been remarkable. On behalf of Northeastern, I offer heartfelt congratulations to you, as well as to your families and friends whose support and encouragement helped guide you to this fantastic and extraordinary milestone. Know that in pursuing your doctoral program, you embody the Northeastern ethos in ambition, relentless curiosity, and above all else, persistence. You have surpassed every measure of achievement in the laboratory, in the originality of your dissertation research, and for the impact you have already made in your field and in people's lives. As scholars and scientists, you have raised the bar of excellence. The world needs your deep expertise, your unique capacity to create knowledge that solves problems, and your unwavering commitment to the pursuit of truth and a better world. You should be immensely proud. Here in Boston and across our global campuses, we celebrate you and our distinguished faculty. Class of 2023, today is your day. Enjoy every moment. You have earned it. Please now welcome Vice Provost Sarah Wadia-Fassetti to the podium to introduce this year's commencement speaker.
Thank you, Provost Madigan. It is my great pleasure to introduce your commencement speaker, Dr. Drew Conway. Dr. Conway is a prominent data scientist, entrepreneur, author, and speaker. He is currently head of data science for 2 Sigma Private Investments, where he leads R&D for tools that support the investment process across 2 Sigma's private investment business. Dr. Conway's advice, leadership, and big picture thinking is well respected in the New York City technology community and throughout the world. He has founded and co-founded several data companies and organizations and is one of the leading voices shaping how data science is defined and practiced. At the heart of his work is a relentless curiosity and an abiding belief that data should always be used in the service of good. Please join me in welcoming to the podium Dr. Drew Conway.
Thank you, Sarah, and a big special thanks to Provost David Madigan and the university for inviting me. It is truly an honor. I cannot begin to describe how humbled I am to have been invited to speak to all of you on this momentous day. I remember well the tireless days and nights, the mental and physical endurance, and the sacrifices that you all have made to accomplish this, the pinnacle of academic achievement. But this is not a journey that you have traveled alone. As I look out, I can see the deep joy and pride that is shared by your loved ones who were there to hold you up when you needed support and who undoubtedly made their own sacrifices to walk this path with you. I am, however, also quite surprised to be able to speak to you today. Not because I question the university's speaker selection process, although I was quite surprised to receive the email from Provost Madigan inviting me. No, I'm surprised because I will never forget the advice, well, not advice exactly, I'll say the message I received not long after I was sitting in the same, or not long before I was sitting in the same seats that all of you were sitting in. As you may have heard from my introduction, I received my PhD from New York University, in fact, almost 10 years exactly to the day. And a decade ago, I was considered somewhat of an oddity for NYU's politics department, if not an outright failure. When I started my PhD, I had every intention of following a traditional path. Study hard, produce great research, hope for some publications along the way, and then hit the academic job market loaded for bear. But after about 6 semesters, I realized something very important about myself. While my intellectual curiosity had always been a love of studying human behavior and understanding collective action, which is what led me to political science, my passion was actually using technology to study this at scale. What this meant is, as a PhD student, I spent much more time writing code than writing papers. By the end of my 3rd year, as all of my classmates were formalizing their dissertation proposals and thinking about conference publications, I was forced with a dilemma. Do I force myself into an academic career path, one that I would almost certainly not have been successful at, or recognize that my path would actually take me outside of academia and into industry? Thankfully, it was easy for me to admit to myself where my path lay outside of academia. The challenge would be telling my thesis advisor and socializing that idea with my department. Still at the time, 10 years ago and even before then, leaving academia for an industrial job was viewed as a failure, a terminal endpoint to what could have been a promising career doing, quote, real research. But as is often the case in life, timing was everything, and I got a bit lucky. First, this was all happening at the turn of the last decade, when a new job called data science was emerging from Silicon Valley, and it had been dubbed the, quote, sexiest career of the 21st century by Harvard University, of all places. Places like Google, Facebook, LinkedIn were hiring PhDs by the dozen, and many of them came from social science departments and had a research path that looked very similar to mine. As it turned out, if you ran a social media company, it was quite valuable to have trained social scientists on staff. Second, I was very fortunate to have Mick Laver as my thesis advisor. For those of you who don't know Mick, his work, he was at the vanguard of applying natural language processing and machine learning to the study of party politics in the late 1990s. His seminal work in this area is a paper called Extracting Policy Positions from Political Texts Using Words as Data. That paper was published in the American Political Science Review in 2003, and today has over 2,000 citations, some of which in papers published as recently as last month. Mick supported my decision completely, and more than that, he understood that the future of academia would need to be one that provided an outlet to students like me into industry. And while at the time there were very few students who shared my ambition, there were even fewer faculty members who shared his vision. Moreover, most of the faculty members actively resisted it. To his great credit, Mick managed all of the internal politics around my decision to pursue a career outside of academia, and largely shielded me from any departmental friction. But then came the day of my dissertation defense. Wisely, Mick had built a coalition of mostly early career faculty who were generally sympathetic to my career choice, but there was one exception. To protect the innocent, let's call him Phil. Like Mick, Phil is also a titan of political science, having published some of the most influential methodological papers in the discipline. It was his deep methodological expertise that landed him on my committee, and while he provided great feedback on the substance of my work, he made no secret of his disdain for my career choice. On the day, much to my delight, Phil was mostly pleasant during my defense. He pressed me on some things, but nothing I wasn't prepared for. After a blur of prepared material and sparring with committee members, eventually the defense concluded and I was asked to leave the room while the committee deliberated my fate. I don't mean to bring up any traumatic memories for anyone in this room, but you know that those minutes can pass like hours. Eventually, Mick emerged from the door with an ear-to-ear smile and said, "Congratulations, Drew, well done." I rushed back to the room, shook everyone's hands, and the ceremony committee member signatures were added to my defense letters. Papers in hand, I was off to the registrar to drop off that paperwork and complete the process. Mick kindly offered to walk with me, and much to my surprise, Phil asked to join us. As we walked from the lecture hall through the department, heading for the elevator, I clutched my dissertation, signature still wet. Phil broke the silence. "Congratulations, Drew." Now, you don't know Phil, but he's quite short, and as you can see, I'm quite tall. So, as I craned my neck down to thank him, he interrupted me and delivered a message I will never forget. "Yes, Drew, congratulations, but don't let the door hit you on the way out, because after today, you'll never be welcome in academia again." Before the shock set in, Mick responded, "How dare you?" From there, things escalated into a full-blown shouting match between Mick and Phil, which truthfully I do not remember the contents of. The scene was something more akin to parents arguing at a mall outside of an elevator than a post-dissertation defense ceremony. Eventually, Phil stormed off, and that was the last time I ever saw him. So why am I surprised to be here? I was told I would never be welcome back. I promise there is a nobler reason I'm telling you the story today beyond the obvious catharsis I get from sharing it with a few hundred fellow PhDs. I tell this story to illustrate how far the culture of academia has come in just 10 years. As I was once a heretic of the academy, I can now stand on this stage and celebrate with you your accomplishments. And likewise, all of you have had the great fortune of receiving your training and honing your intellectuality at this place, Northeastern University, a leader in scientific discovery and the pursuit of knowledge, but also an institution that recognizes that in 2023, that pursuit requires a deep intertwining of academic research and discipline with industrial expertise and resources. In the decades since I've left NYU to walk my path, I've had the great fortune of building teams and businesses across many sectors. I've hired dozens of PhDs across multiple disciplines, run collaborative research with numerous universities, and in every case, I've seen the power of that intertwining. In fact, my observation is that the rigors of doctoral research may be the best training for a career in business, and that has never been truer than it is today, as businesses from every sector around the globe need to adopt data-driven processes into their decision-making and implement bleeding-edge technologies simply to remain competitive. One only need read headlines from just last week. Front page of Friday's Financial Times, big tech earnings resilient as sector gears up for AI boom. The Wall Street Journal from last Wednesday, PricewaterhouseCoopers to pour $1 billion into generative AI. Now, with all due respect to my many former and current colleagues who have received their MBAs from the most prestigious universities in the world, what businesses do you think will have a greater competitive edge in the decade to come? My bet is on those led by people with the great depth of technical training, the inherent skepticism that that training provides, and the intellectual endurance needed to move from conceptual vision to systematically building something genuinely novel and great. Each and every one of you have already proven to the world that you have exactly those traits and skills. Researching, writing, and defending your dissertation is a marathon like nothing else. And while you may bear the bruises and scars of that marathon today, please know that you have gained the ability to meet today's challenges better than anyone else. Regardless of whether your next steps bring you to the challenges of a postdoctoral position or faculty position, or if you'll be putting your training to practice in industry. To those of you who will remain in academia, my sincerest congratulations. The research you pursue will shape how we understand the world in the coming decade. Moreover, you have the greatest responsibility of all, imparting that wisdom to the next generation of great thinkers and builders. Given the speed at which the world changes, this will be a challenge like no other. My request to you is to always seek opportunity to connect and collaborate with those of us working outside of academia. Today, the vast majority of the world's data is produced and stored by private businesses, yet I can speak with firsthand knowledge in knowing that most of those businesses have no idea how valuable that data is or what its impact on humanity may be. I've seen firsthand the power of this kind of collaboration, and as a practical matter, I've also seen more than a few tenure promotions built on the back of those collaborations. To those of you who have decided to move into industry and are preparing for your first day on the job, my equally sincerest congratulations to you. My request to you is to always be generous with your time for peers and students in academia. As you already know, ideas come easy, but the real work is in execution. As priorities and commercial focus for research and development are often subject to change in business, you may be forced to move away from ideas that you might otherwise have pursued in academia. In these cases, consider sharing those ideas with academics. Having the opportunity to connect and collaborate with academics provides a mutually beneficial outlet and one that I've had enormous success pursuing. Again, I would like to thank Provost David Madigan and Northeastern University for this gracious invitation. It has truly been an honor. To all of you receiving your PhDs today, I have one final message to leave you with. No matter where or how, or even if the door hits you on the way out, know that today when you look back, that door will always remain open. Thank you and congratulations.
And the door will always be open at Northeastern for you. You are always welcome back, and I hope you come back often. I have the great privilege of reading the citation that we're going to present to Dr. Conway. Deeply curious and prescient scientist, trusted voice at the intersection of people and technology, champion of data for human good. All that you have accomplished across your education and career, you have approached with the mind of a scientist, the spirit of an entrepreneur, and the heart of an engaged and concerned citizen of the world. You made your mark as a technologist among political scientists throughout the pursuit of your doctorate at New York University, illuminating for your classmates, colleagues, and the world the power technology plays in harnessing large quantities of data to tell the nuanced stories that reveal solutions and progress. Your deeply reasoned vision for data science, established 10 years ago, a critical blueprint for ensuring that the power of big data and technology is always informed and guided by the enduring principles of science and the insights and realities of human experience. You have applied that very blueprint to the creation of companies that bring data to life in new ways, to the formation of nonprofits that engage data scientists and the world in meaningful discussion, and to the establishment of learning communities that inspire path-breaking data innovation and collaboration across sectors. Therefore, on the occasion of your address to Northeastern University's 2023 Doctor of Philosophy hooding and graduation ceremony, we express our sincerest admiration for your leadership in a space that has already and will continue to deepen and enrich our understanding of people, communities, and the physical world, empowering us as a society to make the world a better place for all. Congratulations, Dr. Conway.
Today we celebrate the accomplishments of our Doctor of Philosophy graduates. Each of you has made a significant contribution extending the body of knowledge and new ideas through years of inquiry. You have enriched our academic community and helped to shape our intellectual environment. Congratulations to all, including your PhD mentors. We also honor 8 graduates who have successfully completed LEADERS, the experiential PhD certificate program that integrates leadership training with significant research initiatives at partner organizations in arenas ranging from drug development to sustainability. To date, nearly 50 LEADERS fellows have strengthened their experience by working on research outside the familiarity of their Northeastern research lab. Through this rigorous experience, they have gained new skills in communication, teamwork, and project management, as well as new insights into their field. Our fellows will be recognized as the names of graduates are read. And to the entire doctoral class of 2023, congratulations and all the best in your future endeavors. I now invite Senior Vice Provost Deborah Franco to come forward to lead the conferral of degrees.
The degree and course will now be conferred. I ask the Doctor of Philosophy candidates and graduates to please rise. Provost Madigan, it is my privilege to report to you that the candidates here assembled and others have qualified in all respects for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. They have successfully completed curricula and have been recommended by the faculty and the Council of Deans to be awarded degrees in recognition of their academic accomplishments.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University, I confer on you and all those who have properly qualified the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, according to the curriculum in which you have qualified, with all the honors, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto pertaining. Congratulations.
Please be seated. The faculty marshals will now present the graduates for hooding. We ask that you hold your applause until all graduates have been announced. Thank you.
Dr. Mania Abdi, Informed Optimization of Cloud Storage, advised by Peter Desnoyers. Dr. Sarah D. Bartolomeo, Layout Algorithms for Layered Graphs, advised by Cody Dunn. Dr. Claudia Flores Saviaga, Collective Action Systems to Mitigate Disinformation, advised by Seth Savage.
Dr. Carlos Toxtli Hernandez, Artificial Intelligence Tools to Promote Social Good in Gig Markets, advised by Safe Savage.
Dr. Dat Huynh, Learning with Less Labels via Textual to Visual Knowledge Transfer, advised by Ehsan El Hamafar. Dr. Pushyemi Kavati, Using Multi-Camera Systems for Robust SLAM, advised by Hanumant Singh. Dr. Luciana Kiffer, Centralization in Blockchains, Causes and Mitigations, advised by Alan Mislove and Rajmohan Rajaraman. Dr. Mirane Liayi, Algorithms for Network Resource Allocation under Adversarial Dynamics and Assignment Constraints, advised by Rajmohan Rajaraman.
Dr. Talha Angun, Resilient Machine Learning Methods for Cyber Attack Detection, advised by Alina Oprea. Dr. Adite Pandey, the role of data and tasks in visualization design and recommendation systems, advised by Michelle Borkin. Dr. Yu Chen Xiao, Macro Action-Based Multi-Agent Robot Deep Reinforcement Learning under Partial Observability, advised by Christopher Amato. Dr. Rui-Yang Xu, Persephone, a framework for applying neural MCTS to problem solving and model checking through recursive FOL-based semantic game. Advised by Carl Lieberherr.
Dr. John Henry Dorner II. 3 useful threshold cryptography problems with efficient solutions. Advised by Abhi Shalat. Dr. Xionghui Wang, on approximating by polynomials and several related models. Advised by Emmanuel Viola. Dr. Bo Feng, towards automated, scalable, and hardware-independent firmware testing. Advised by Long Lu.
Corey College of Computer Sciences, Cybersecurity.
Dr. Baruz Jabayev, improving Internet's immunity against HTTP server chain attacks. Advised by Engin Kurda.
Dr. Alejandro Mera, holistic methods for protecting and testing embedded devices. Advised by Engin Kurda. Dr. Harshad Satye, towards secure autonomous aerial vehicle navigation. Advised by Anjan Raghunathan.
College of Engineering, Bioengineering.
Dr. Lauren Cole, transcription factors regulating vindyline biosynthesis in Catharanthus roseus. Advised by Carolyn Lee Parsons. Dr. Yasmin Mariah Farah, a biomechanical analysis of the effects of chronic electronic cigarette exposure on aortic structure and function. Advised by Chiara Bellini.
Dr. Christine Eam Ma, programmable nucleic acid nanostructures as platforms for contrast agents for MRI analysis. Advised by Heather Clark. Dr. Mireya Pereira Gonzalez, dynamic platform for magnetic resonance imaging of bioresponsive contrast agents. Advised by Heather Clark. Dr. Samuel Javan Salinas Utrilla, the role of elastin on multiscale biomechanics of the tricuspid valve leaflets. Advised by Ruzabe Amini. Dr. Suzanne Stasiak, the mechanobiology of airway narrowing in asthma. Advised by Hari Krishnan Parameswaran. Dr. Morris Dwight Venegas, enhancing portability, modularity, and optodensity in translational diffuse optical imaging. Advised by Tian Fang. Dr. Yao Wang, Roadmaps to Automated Laser Surgery on Neurites of Caenorhabditis elegans. Advised by Samuel Chung.
Dr. Tianchu Chen, Analysis and Synthesis of Cellular Decision-Making, Modeling Epigenetic Regulation in Cell Fate Networks, and Designing a Distributed Synthetic Counter Circuit. Advised by Eduardo Sontag.
Dr. Michael Stahl, Structured Light Detection and Delineation of Tripping Hazards for Visually Impaired. Advised by Michael Epstein.
College of Engineering, Chemical Engineering.
Dr. Caterina Bartomeo Garcia, TAT functionalized pH-sensitive liposomes for the treatment of bacterial meningitis. Advised by Rebecca Willits. Dr. David Farina Jr., Automating Reaction Mechanism Generation of Halocarbon Combustion and Electrochemical Catalysis. Advised by Richard West.
College of Engineering, Civil and Environmental Engineering.
Dr. Irma Ricoto, Characterization of Comomox bacteria in wastewater secondary treatment systems. Advised by Amit Pinto and Annalisa Arnis Hayden.
Dr. Sarah Sanchez, Modeling Environmental Impacts with Care Professionals and Examining Hazardous Air Pollutants in Environmental Justice Communities in Massachusetts. Advised by Matthew Eckelman. Dr. Catherine Velarde, Interactions of Comomox bacteria with aerobic and anaerobic nitrifying bacteria in engineered ecosystems. Advised by Kelsey Piper.
College of Engineering, Civil Engineering.
Dr. Shinlong Du, Hurricane Risk Analysis of Electrical Transmission Networks. Advised by Jerome Hajar. Dr. Nan Gao, Cost Overruns and Automated Risk Identification for U.S. rail projects using NLP. Advised by Ali Turin.
Dr. Esmail Memarzadeh, Structural Damage Characterization by Updating with Special Attention to Under-Constrained Problems. Advised by Dionisio Bernal. Also awarded the Experiential PhD Leadership Graduate Certificate. Dr. Max Rome, From Water Quality to River Health. Advised by Ed Bailey. Dr. Bita Sadeghi Nasr, using emerging big data sources to better understand travel patterns and bicycle accessibility, advised by Peter Firth. Dr. Nan Wang, modeling of water waves and sediment transport using physics-based and soft computing-based methods, advised by Qin Chen.
Dr. Alpai Demiriak, induced partial saturation, IPS, for liquefaction mitigation, numerical simulation, and field verification. Advised by Mishak Yegian.
Dr. Ujan Özdemir, field implementation and monitoring of induced partial saturation IPS for liquefaction mitigation, advised by Misach Yegian.
College of Engineering, Computer Engineering.
Dr. Shivang Agarwal, towards reliable, high-throughput MM-wave wireless LANs for mobile devices, advised by Dimitrios Koutsonikoulas. Dr. Leonardo Bonatti, softwarized approaches for the Open RAN of NextG cellular networks, advised by Stefano Basagni. Dr. Parisa Borhani Darian, deep learning of GNSS signal detection, advised by Paul Colossus. Dr. Danlin Jia, towards performance and cost efficiency for data-intensive applications in distributed data processing systems, advised by Ningfang Mi. Dr. Tong Jian, robust sparsified deep learning, advised by Stratus Ioannidis. Dr. Mithin Diddy, multiple UAVs for synchronous shared tasks and long-term autonomy, advised by Hanumant Singh. Also awarded the Experiential PhD Leadership Graduate Certificate. Dr. Elmira Karimi, exploring high-performance sparse operations on GPUs, advised by David Cayley. Dr. Shan Liu, a method for identifying relevant information sufficient to answer situation-dependent queries, advised by Mishlaw Kokar.
Dr. Alexei Tazin, composition of UML class diagrams using category theory and external constraints, advised by Mishlaw Kokar. Dr. Tirthak Patel, Robust System Software for Quantum Computing, advised by Devesh Tiwari. Dr. Siyue Wang, towards robust and secure deep learning models and beyond, advised by Xue Lin. Dr. Xiaolong Ma, towards efficient deep neural network execution with model compression and platform-specific optimization, advised by Yanji Wang.
Dr. M.D. Naveed Akbar, Inference from Brain Imaging, Incorporating Domain Knowledge and Latent Space Modeling, advised by Denise Erdogmas.
Dr. Bin Soon, Factorization-Guided Lightweight Neural Networks for Visual Analysis, advised by Yun Fu. Dr. Giuseppe Michetti, RF front-end components based on linear time-variant modulation of piezoelectric MEMS resonators, advised by Matteo Rinaldi.
Dr. Sladenis Shaliska, Advancements on Near-Zero Power MEMS Sensors, advised by Matteo Rinaldi.
Dr. Antea Riso, Zero Standby Power Wireless Infrared Crop Water Stress Detectors for Large-Scale Smart Greenhouses, advised by Matteo Rinaldi.
Dr. Bernard Herrera Sokup, Ferroelectric Micro-Machined Ultrasonic Transducers for Biomedical and In-Memory Sensing Applications, advised by Matteo Rinaldi. Dr. Nirjar Bhattacharjee, Sputtered Topological Insulator Ferromagnet Heterostructures and Interfaces for Energy-Efficient Spintronics Device Applications, advised by Nian Sun. Dr. Tianyu Dai, Robust Data-Driven Control, advised by Mario Sneyer.
Dr. Jared Miller, Nonlinear and Time Delay Systems Analysis using Occupation Measures, advised by Mario Schneier.
Dr. Ramteen Khalili, Efficient State and Parameter Estimation in Three-Phase Power Systems, advised by Ali Abour. Dr. Zulkarnain Qayyum Khan, Interpretable Machine Learning for Effective Neuroscience and Psychophysiology, advised by Jennifer Dye. Dr. Hao-Ching Lee, Robust Processing Against Interferences in GNSS navigation, advised by Pau Classes. Dr. Xiong-Jun Liu, United Human Pose, Integrating Domain Knowledge and Machine Learning, advised by Sarah Ostadabis.
Dr. Nikita Merchandani, Ultra-Low Power and Robust Analog Computing Circuits and System Design Framework for Machine Learning Applications, advised by Atmesh Shrivastava. Dr. Rashida Tamiza Naeem, Human Control of Objects with Nonlinear Internal Dynamics, Predictability as Primary Objective, advised by Dagmar Sternad. Dr. Amit Sangvan, Enabling Optical Communications for Nano-Biosensing and Actuation, advised by Joseph Dornay, also awarded the Experiential PhD Leadership Graduate Certificate. Dr. Priyangshu Sen, Physical Layer Design for Ultra-Broadband Terahertz Communications, From Theory to Experiments, advised by Joseph Dornay.
Dr. Stella Banu, Coupling Methods for Wireless Intra-Body Communication and Sensing, advised by Kaushik Chowdhury. Dr. Yi-Shuen He, a time domain computing in memory micro for binary neural networks, advised by Yongbin Kim.
College of Engineering, Industrial Engineering.
Dr. Razan Al-Lawati, Decision-Making under Uncertainty for Variable Resource Generators Participating in Sequential Energy Markets, advised by Muhammad Noor Alam. Dr. Mohammed Saiful Islam, Models and Algorithms to Solve Robust Causal Inference Problems from Large-Scale Observational Data, advised by Muhammad Noor Alam. Dr. Basma Berigal, Workforce Burnout from a Systems Science Perspective, advised by James Bennion. Dr. Qingtao Zhao, Designing System-Level Interventions for Complex Socio-Technical Systems with the Network Perspective, advised by Babak Haydari. Dr. Yaren Bilgay Kaya, Operations Research and Analytics Methods to Improve Equitable Access to Public Services, advised by Casey Lee Moss.
Kunmi Lee, Analysis and Modification of Mutual Information, MI-based feature selection, methods regarding data imbalance and incompleteness, Advised by Nasser Fard.
Dr. Leran Chan, a neural combinatorial approach for school bus routing system optimization, advised by Emmanuel Melachronudis. Dr. Omid Mohadesi, understanding human decision-making in supply chains, using serious gaming for modeling action, thought, and the environment, advised by Casper Hardeveld, also awarded the experiential PhD Leadership Graduate Certificate. Dr. Rehane Mohammadi, leveraging geometric approaches in data analytics and optimization, advised by Mehdi Barouzi, also awarded the experiential PhD Leadership Graduate Certificate. Dr. Xiaomeng Peng, Fleet Learning-Based Fault Detection and Diagnosis in the Open World, advised by Xiaoning Jin.
College of Engineering, Interdisciplinary Engineering.
Dr. Nishant Yadav, Machine Learning for Earth System Science and Engineering, advised by Arup Ganguly.
College of Engineering, Mechanical Engineering.
Dr. Ali Bani Jamali, Portable Brain and Vision Diagnostic System for Age-Related Macular Degeneration and Multiple Sclerosis Optic Neuritis, advised by Sagar Kamarthi. Dr. Fong-Chi Chen, Reconfigurable Materials, Induced Dynamic Photonic Manipulation, advised by Yi Zhang. Dr. Xiaojie Liu, the development of solar-driven interfacial photothermal evaporators in materials and structures, advised by Yi Zhang. Dr. Elahe Javadi, in silico study of the blood rheology and dynamics under flow, advised by Safa Jamali.
Dr. Mohammed Amin Mahmoud Abad Boschalu, investigating the applicability of physics-based machine learning algorithms to meta-modeling of complex fluids, advised by Safa Jamali. Dr. Evelyn Mendoza, providing sense of touch inside the MRI bore with passive teleoperated devices, advised by J. Peter Whitney. Dr. Eric Schwarm, Agile Arm, a hydraulic arm for robotic avatars and haptic telemanipulation, advised by Peter Whitney. Dr. Milad Tatari, Mechanical design and characterization of biomimetic systems and functionally graded curved beams with applications. Advised by Hamid Nayeb Hashemi. Dr. Xiaoyu Zhang, controlling microstructure and magnetic responses in the FESIB system under magnetic or mechanical inputs. Advised by Laura Lewis.
Dr. Ahmed El Gailani, Mechanics of Amorphous Systems. Advised by Craig Maloney.
Dr. Nastarin Rabi, Hydrodynamic and Thermal Characteristics of Flow in Textured Microchannel. Advised by Carlos Hidrovo.
Bouvet College of Health Sciences, Biomedical Science.
Dr. Jordi Kawene, Optogenetic Modulation of Phosphophonestides reveals PIP2 as a negative modulator of cardiac sodium channels. Advised by Lee Plant, also awarded the Experiential PhD Leadership Graduate Certificate.
Bouvet College of Health Sciences, Medicinal
Dr.
Chemistry.
Priska Mungalashetty, Profiling Aldehydes by Mass Tag Mass Spectrometry. Advised by Roger Geese.
Bouvet College of Health Sciences, Nursing.
Dr. Richard Michael Hebert, Emergency Department to Intensive Care Unit Throughput. Impact on length of stay for patients with acute alcohol withdrawal syndrome. Advised by Rhonda Board.
Dr. Vanessa Vath, the role of resiliency factors and environmental context in psychological well-being among college students. Advised by Brenda Douglas.
Bouvet College of Health Sciences, Pharmaceutical Sciences.
Dr. Katerina Halpin-Vasileova, eliminating the hypoxia-driven immunosuppression in tumors to enable immunotherapies of cancer. Advised by Mikhail Sitkovsky.
Dr. Xiaoyu Ma, characterization of targets involved in endocannabinoid metabolism. Advised by Alexandros Makrianis.
Dr. Rohan Arvan, U-opioid receptor, oligomerization, and functional importance. Advised by Diomedes Logothetis and Lee Plant.
Lauren Guthier, investigating relevant non-clinical toxicity species for immune modulatory drugs. Advised by Mansour Amiji.
Dr. Brenda Teal Wynn, heteroma receptor complex implications on signaling. Advised by Diomedes Logothetis.
Bouvet College of Health Sciences, Pharmacology.
Dr. Lisa Fleischer, TAR1 acts as a breast cancer inhibiting gene. Advised by Diomedes Logothetis.
Dr. Yu-Chen Yang. Activation of adenosine A2A receptors regulates HIF-1 accumulation via sumoylation. Advised by Lee Plant.
Bouvet College of Health Sciences, Population Health.
Dr. Diego Arguello. Active workstations to reduce workplace sedentary behavior. Analyses of the effects on physical behaviors. Advised by Dinesh John.
Dr. Samantha Ashley Meeker. Vicarious trauma and PTSD. The role of organizational supports under stress. Advised by Beth Molnar.
Dr. Thomas Carpenito, MISL, Multiple Imputation by Superlearning and its applications in population health. Advised by Justin Mangiaritis.
Dr. Isabel Catherine Pierre-Louis. Predictors and outcomes of poor health-related quality of life in atrial fibrillation populations. Advised by Jane Szynski.
Bouvet College of Health Sciences, School Psychology.
Dr. Stephanie Long, the intersection of toys and play categories for young children. Advised by Karen Lifter. Dr. Yun-Fei Dai, cell wall enzymes enabling intrinsic antibiotic resistance in Acinetobacter baumannii. Advised by Edward Geisinger. Also awarded the Experiential PhD Leadership Graduate Certificate.
Dr. Nigar Shasavari, Natural Product Discovery. A search for new antimicrobial compounds from entomopathogenic nematode symbiont bacteria. Advised by Kim Lewis.
Dr. Hannah Sheehan, characterization of subpopulations within the cellular and intracellular landscape of the aging mammalian ovary. Advised by Dory Woods. Also awarded the Experiential PhD Leadership Graduate Certificate.
College of Science, Chemistry.
Dr. Michael Bergman, illuminating assembly dynamics regulating short-range order optics in extremely long-lived proteins. Advised by Leila Daravi.
Dr. Natalie Murtill, mechanistic analysis of strain-promoted cycloadditions and HOR-HER reactions with quantum mechanical calculations. Advised by Stephen Lopez. Dr. Lakindu Samaranayake Patira Kankanamge, molecular approaches in identification of cancerous mutations and protein families. Advised by Penny Buning and Mary Jo Ondraken.
Dr. Alanof Al-Jahadali, asymmetric synthesis of analogs of famopsolide E and famopsolidone A. Advised by George O. Doherty. Dr. Yang Fang, enabling oligonucleotide-based therapeutics for non-liver disease targets. Advised by Ke Zhang.
College of Science, Marine and Environmental Sciences.
Dr. Jessica Laura Annie Gould, improved understanding of high-latitude crustose coralline algal growth and application as high-resolution environmental archives. Advised by Aaron Stubbins.
College of Science, Mathematics.
Dr. Hugh Ying Man, Random Geometric Graphs with Applications, advised by Gabor Lipner. Dr. Thomas Skassel, Snub Wythopian Skeletal Polyhedra, advised by Egon Schulte.
College of Science, Network Science.
Dr. Ryan Gallagher, The Network Structure of Online Amplification, advised by Brooke Foucault Wells. Dr. Syed Arifinul Haq, Diversity and Gender Equity in Networks of Knowledge Production and Dissemination, advised by David Laser. Also awarded the Experiential PhD Leadership Graduate Certificate.
Dr. Stefan McCabe, Essays on the Measurement of Online Behavior, advised by David Laser.
College of Science, Physics.
Dr. Wei-Chi Chu, Topological Materials, Batteries, Correlated Charge Density Waves, and Superconductors, advised by Arun Bansal. Dr. Xin-Chi Li, Statistical Mechanics of Cellular Structures, advised by Dapeng Bi. Dr. Douglas Hendry, Traversing Quantum Many-Body Hilbert Spaces with Neural Networks, advised by Adrian Faguin.
Dr. Gabriel Madigan, A Search for Leptoquarks Decaying to Muons and Bottom Quarks in Proton-Proton Collisions at Center of Mass Energies of 13 TeV, with the full Run 2 dataset recorded by CMS, advised by Emanuela Barbaras. Dr. Vivan T. Wynn, A Search for Higgs Boson Pair Production in the BBZZ LLQQ channel with the CMS detector, advised by Emanuela Barbaras. Dr. Abraham Tishelman Charney, Search for Higgs Boson Pair Production at the CMS experiment with Run 2 LHC data, advised by Toyoko Orimoto. Dr. Anandita Maiti, A Study of Field Theories via Neural Networks, advised by James Halverson. Dr. Zhuyao Wang, Hidden Sectors and Their Implications for Particle Physics and Cosmology, advised by Pran Nath.
College of Science, Psychology.
Dr. Summer Harvey, Individual Differences in Target Judgeability by Friends and Strangers, advised by C. Randall Colvin, also awarded the Experiential PhD Leadership Graduate Certificate.
Dr. Catherine McDonald, Cognitive, Neuroelectric, and Salivary Biomarkers Following Exercise, advised by Charles Hillman.
Dr. Nicole Logan, Obesity, Physical Activity, Cognition, and Brain Function in Pre-Adolescent Children, advised by Charles Hillman.
Dr. Tatsuya Shigeta, The Differential Influence of Physical Fitness and Physical Activity on Cognitive Control, a test of potential biological markers of underlying neural mechanisms, advised by Charles Hillman.
College of Social Sciences and Humanities, College of Social Sciences and Humanities, Criminology and Justice Policy.
Dr. Monica Delator, Sources and Factors of Federal Human Trafficking Sentencing Decisions, advised by Amy Farrell. Dr. Matthew Kafafian, An Exploration of Victimization and Offending in Unique Contexts, Russia, Ukraine, and War, advised by Ekaterina Botchkovar.
Dr. Matthew J. Tatey, Technology Innovations in Policing, a Framework, advised by Glenn Pierce. Dr. Riley Tucker, Who, What, When, Where, using online data to assess the characteristics and criminogenic dynamics of guardianship ecologies, advised by Daniel O'Brien, Gregory Zimmerman, Laura Nelson, and John Hipp.
College of Social Sciences and Humanities, Economics.
Dr. Jiacheng Liang, Essays in Empirical Macroeconomics and Finance, advised by June Ma.
Dr. Farah Nekwi, Econometrical Analysis of Airline Rivalry and Prescription Drug Compliance, advised by James Dana, John Kwolka, and Imke Reimers. Dr. Tuan Minh Nguyen, Essays in Marketing and Applied Microeconomics, advised by James Dana. Dr. Arvind Sharma, 3 Essays in Microeconomics, advised by James Dana. Dr. Jiawei Zhang, 3 Essays on Applied Microeconomic Analyses of Entry, Deregulation, and Labor Supply, advised by James Dana. Dr. Radina Tahaj, Essays in Applied Microeconomics, advised by Mindy Marks.
College of Social Sciences and Humanities, English.
Dr. Galen David Bunting, He Would Not Quite Be a Man, Diagnoses of Masculinity, Shell Shock, and Gender Failure in Modernist Literature. Advised by Carla Kaplan.
Dr. Samantha Presbolowitz Axtell, The Red Brand of Murder, Women Who Kill in Victorian Literature. Advised by Laura Green. Dr. David Medina, Amores Amoxtli. Advised by Elizabeth Maddock Dillon. Dr. Kyle Otis, Arriving at the Everyday, Building the New Park Public Digital Writing Program Archive. Advised by Neil Lerner. Dr. Kenneth Aaron Orovets, The Innovations of Art Comics, Materiality, Community, and the Visual Turn. Advised by Hilary Shute.
College of Social Sciences and Humanities, History.
Dr. Firuza K. Aripova, 50 Shades of Vice, Decolonizing the Soviet Homophobic Legacy. Advised by Heather Streets Salter.
College of Social Sciences and Humanities, Law and Public Policy.
Dr. Saina Shani Mehrabzadeh, Leveraging a Combination of Social Media and Administrative Data to Assess the Communities in the Face of Crisis. Advised by Daniel O'Brien. Dr. David Franklin Sittenfeld, Citizen Science, Civics, and Resilient Communities, co-created Science to Civics to facilitate equitable climate resilience planning. Advised by Brian Helmuth. Dr. Brian Ferrer Young, Antecedents and Consequences of Net Payment Adjustments under Medicare Pay-for-Performance Programs for Hospitals generally and safety net hospitals in particular. Advised by Alan Clayton Matthews.
College of Social Sciences and Humanities, Political Science.
Dr. Zachary Paul Buchanan Agatstein, Perpetrator, Facilitator, Resistor, a framework for studying state roles in genocide. Advised by Maya Cross. Dr. Garrett Morrow, The Robot in City Hall, The Limitations, Structure, and Governance of Smart City Technology Regimes. Advised by Daniel Aldrich.
Congratulations to all of you. Stand for the mic. Just on a personal note, I have a few regrets in my life, not many, but one thing I'll never regret is finishing the PhD. You should all be very proud and go forth and do wonderful things in this world. And as I said before, you are always welcome back. It is now time to deliver my charge. On the path that lies ahead, be curious and find new ways to extend your impact. Our world is beset by challenges that are complex beyond reckoning. Your capacity to solve those challenges is limitless. The world needs your minds, your hearts, your experience, and above all else, your humanity. You are now part of a global community of Northeastern alumni creating impact around the world. And wherever you are, remember that you always have a home at Northeastern. Graduates, I salute you. Congratulations.
Please remain seated for the recession of the platform party and the graduates, after which we ask the audience to make your way to the exits and meet your graduate at the Husky Hospitality Hub at Cabot Cage. For a celebration, please follow the signs and staff directions to the Cabot Cage, sorry.